Today I'm going to show you my quick, easy, everyday makeup routine for more of a glowy, natural look. I can get this makeup done in about 15 minutes. It's all about the order you apply your products in, how you apply them, what products you use, and I'm going to show you all of that today. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to achieve this look. This makeup tutorial is really perfect if you want to look like the best version of yourself, but you don't have a ton of time on your hands. So let me walk you through exactly how to do it and keep on watching. So I'm starting with the skin today. Obviously, we're going for a natural, glowy, hydrated, gorgeous look. So this first step is pretty important to achieve that. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow. I'm gonna put a pump of this on the back of my hand like this. I do have moisturizer on right now. I have these two products on my face. I'll put them on the screen. But I do just like my skin to look a little extra juicy these days, so I'm picking that up on my finger. And I don't always apply this everywhere. I do kind of focus it on the high points of my face, so definitely my cheekbones. I want my skin to really catch the light nicely. This feels really lightweight on the skin. It does add an extra layer of moisture to the skin, and the glow is very subtle. There's no like chunky glitters. It's very much pearlescent almost, I would say. You cannot see the particles of shimmer. It just looks like your skin is naturally glowing. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit on my nose as well and just a touch on my chin, but I do keep most of the product on my cheekbones and my forehead. And I already know some of you are gonna ask about my contacts. I've been loving wearing colored contacts lately, especially for videos. So I've linked these exact ones down below. They're this beautiful, natural looking hazel color, and they're so comfortable to wear too. So yeah, this next product is going to be your best friend for natural looking skin. This is one of my favorite skin tints, but you can use any skin tint you want. If you want to know my favorite skin tints, I actually made a video about it, so I'll put that on the screen. But today I'm using the Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint in the shade 2. And again, I'm just applying that with my fingers. I do have a bit of a technique with this though. I kind of like spread it out thinly and evenly enough on my skin just so there's no chunks or splotches before I blend it out with a brush. This cuts down my blending time significantly, and I also find that it gives me more of an even look and my foundation or skin tint doesn't get blotchy when I do this sort of technique. I just make sure I have a good even layer on my skin before going in with my brush. I'm going in with my Hourglass foundation brush and just pressing that skin tint into the skin. If you want to add more and build up, you can go ahead and do that. Since we've already kind of applied this in an even layer, this takes very little time to blend. When I'm doing quick makeup, I just want it to be really quick and easy, but I want it to look really good. One thing I like about the skin tint is how buildable it is, but also how long wearing it is. This actually lasts a really long time, so I do like to pull this out in the summer months especially. Some skin tints fade off quite quickly, but this one does not. So at this stage, you can still see my little imperfections through my skin. For a natural makeup look, I do really recommend avoiding foundations. If you do only have foundations, make sure you sheer it out with a moisturizer or something like that, because it's really going to give you the most natural look for every day. It's going to feel lightweight on the skin. And we're going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to show you how to strategically conceal the little imperfections and things like that so your whole entire face doesn't end up looking heavy and cakey. We don't want that in a natural makeup look. This is more so the vibe you want. A little bit evened out. You can see little imperfections through, hydrated, glowy. This is exactly what I personally go for in a natural makeup look. For my concealer, I'm using a serum concealer today. This is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer in the shade BU. This is one of my favorite concealers, okay? I apply this mostly to the center of my face, and then any little blemishes I have, I'll apply this on top. My overall complexion is looking pretty clear. I'm really thankful about that, but when my complexion isn't as clear, I will go in with a heavier concealer on top of any blemishes. If this concealer didn't fully cover them, I'll use my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I'll link that below, or you can use anything you want that's high coverage. But if you don't need it, don't go in with it. For today, this concealer really did the job, really evened out my skin. So at this point, everything is pretty evened out, but we've lost all the dimension in our face. So it's time to add that back in. For every day, contouring can be a little bit tricky and a little bit time consuming. And I find with this product, it makes it easier to do detailed contouring, and it also just makes the whole process a lot faster. So I'm going in with the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus in the shade Tavertine. And I'm contouring my entire face with this. I'm doing my cheekbones, I'm doing my forehead, but I'm also contouring my eyes, which is gonna be like my eyeshadow, a little bit of my nose, and I even contour my lips with this sometimes. You can contour your jaw with this as well. You can really do everything, but I love how precise this tip is so that you don't over apply. It doesn't take long to blend this out. It's actually quite creamy. It's very forgiving and very buildable. It's a nice little hack to be able to use the bronzing product you used on your face on your eyes. It makes the process a lot quicker and also a lot more cohesive. It gives a very nice monochromatic vibe. And yes, I did use the same brush to blend out the entire face, which is a huge time saver. I'm using the Revi duo-ended brush. I'm going to link this exact one down below. I love this brush. This next step is optional, but I do just kind of like to add this as a finishing touch to the eyes using that same contour stick. I just take it and run it along my lower lash line, just to give some definition on the bottom lashes as well. This product makes doing the eyes so easy. This took me very little time. I'll take a fluffy brush and just blend that lower lash line. But basically, this created us a pretty nice, soft, smoky, defined eye. I personally, when I have more natural makeup days, I like to keep the eyes quite simple. So you could actually stop the eyes at this point, but I do have a little bit more coming up for the eyes in just a little bit, but you could just throw on mascara and leave it like this if you wanted to. That added beautiful natural looking definition, but now I feel like we need some color and life to the face, so I'm going in with my favorite cream blush at the moment. This is the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Blush Stick in the shade Petal. This blush is creamy enough to apply straight from the tube. I like to focus this more so on the apples of my cheeks, and then I do blend it up a little bit for a slight lift. But this color, I'm telling you, looks good on everyone. I love it so much. It's so flattering, and it also lasts a long time throughout the day. I like my products to be a little bit more long lasting, even when I'm going for more of a natural look. And to blend out this blush, I'm using the smaller end of my Makeup by Mario F4 brush. Okay, so all of our cream products are applied. At this stage, I do like to set my makeup. I don't like to set my makeup after I powder because I find that kind of defeats the purpose of a powder. It just sort of disappears when I set my face. But setting your makeup at this stage does have a lot of benefits. It melts everything together, it makes your makeup last longer, and it also adds a little bit of freshness and hydration. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna apply a nice layer of that to the face. I'm gonna revisit the eyes very briefly. This is totally optional, but I wanted a very nice glowy look today. So this product has been one of my favorites at the moment. This is the Half Magic Sparkle Stick Eye Crayon in the shade Beige Mystique. This is another pen product. I'm just gonna apply this to my mobile lid. This adds the prettiest sheen to the lid. It catches the light so beautifully. It's not heavy, chunky glitter. You can build this up, you can kind of sheer it out. Very versatile, lasts all day. These I find are so underrated. And again, I just blend this out with my finger. I find this is the quickest and easiest way to blend these out. If you're looking for a beautiful, quick, one and done eyeshadow, these eyeshadow sticks are so good. This step is optional, but if you wanted to add a little bit more intensity to the eyes, also if you know you're going to be wearing this look for a long time, this actually is a good tip to kind of prolong the wear of your eyeshadow. I'm taking the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion in the shade 10. This product actually comes with two different shades. You have a beautiful bronzer shade here, and then you have a glow shade that's got a bit of a warm pink undertone to it. Both are beautiful. You can mix them together or not. I think today I'm just gonna go in with the bronzer. I'm picking that up on a Refer 15 brush, and I'm just gonna run that right in my crease where I applied that contour shade earlier. This is gonna set that cream shadow into place, and it's also just gonna give us a little bit more added dimension. And you know what, while I'm here, I'm just gonna pick up my bronzer brush. This is my Refer 05 brush. This is so good for just like quick bronzing. I'll link it down below. I'm gonna pick up that shade, maybe a little bit of that glow shade too, mix them together a bit. And I'm just gonna dust that all over where I applied that contour on my face. I've been liking my looks to be a little extra bronzy today, so I like to just quickly add this step, but again, you don't have to. This brush really just lets me bronze super quickly. This takes me like less than a minute to do. I'm quite happy with how the eyes look. You can add eyeliner if you want, but for natural makeup, I do kind of like to keep things pretty minimal. This is also just so quick to do. The eyes took me no time at all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off with mascara. You can use any mascara you want. This is actually a mascara I've been working on. If you want to be added to the wait list when this mascara comes out, just find the link below and give me your email. I'll email you when it comes out. This mascara is so long lasting, so quick to build up volume and length. And I don't know, I just truly have not seen my lashes look better. Call me biased because I made this product, but it's just such a standout mascara to me. Moving on from the eyes, I want to set the face. I want to add a little bit of brightness. I want to make everything lock in place and last all day. I'm going in with this powder by PatMcGrath. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Baby Pink. And I'm going in with this little powder puff. I'm going to link the exact ones I use down below because these are actually very precise. I'm picking up that powder and then just pressing it right into the under eye. This is one of the most finely milled powders I've ever used. It lays on top of the skin so naturally, but it does give a nice brightness to the skin. I also find when I use this powder, I do notice far less creasing in my concealer, which is a huge bonus. When I'm going for a natural glowy makeup, I don't want to powder my whole face, but I will just put a little bit of this powder in my smile lines and then a little bit on my chin just to brighten my chin as well. And you can just take your time here, really making sure to press that powder into the skin. I do want to keep this beautiful glow that we've worked so hard to achieve everywhere else, so I'm not going to powder the rest of my face. I am going to add a little bit of powder blush though, and I think I found the perfect pink blush. This is by Say. This is their Super Suede Radiant Blush Powder in the shade Mia. This is the prettiest radiant pink shade. It's not too glowy, but it's not matte. It just keeps the natural sort of finish of your skin. I'm just pressing that into my skin using my Rephr 04 brush. This blush is so easy to blend. It's very soft, very airbrushed, very natural looking. It's also not too pigmented, which I love because sometimes when you have a blush that's too pigmented, you can go overboard and then it really takes a long time to fix that. Moving on to the lips, I have not been able to put this lip liner down. This is the Fenty Beauty Traced Out Lip Liner in the shade Peanut Butter. This is the prettiest cool brown lip liner to overline your lips, and it lasts so long throughout the day. I don't need to touch up my lip pencil when I wear this, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with the color. If your skin tone is similar to mine, this is a really great product to give you that contoured lip effect. I always love a more nude lip, so I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade Blazed Donut, and I'm just pressing that in the center of my lips. This lippy is pretty sheer. You can wear it sheer like how I'm wearing it today, or you can build it up even more, really just up to you. That lipstick really is the perfect sheer, cool pink nude lip. I want my lips to look super glowy and glossy for this look, so I'm going in with my brand Cheris Cosmetics. This is my water gloss. The shine this gloss gives is truly unmatched. I think it is so beautiful. It gives a slight milky tone, but it doesn't change your overall lip combo. It just enhances it. It feels like a cool glass of water on your lips, and I find it really does fill the fine lines in my lips. If you struggle with fine lines in your lips, this is a great product to give you more fuller, plumper, softer looking lips. This next step is again totally optional, but I do want to add just a little more glow to this look. This is a new product from NARS. This is their light reflecting luminizing powder in the shade Eros. And I just want to touch the top of my cheekbones with this powder. I am not the hugest highlighter fan, but this one is really nice because you can't actually see the particles of glitter. I, with a glowy makeup look, prefer more of a pearly finish than like a shimmery finish. And this gives me that really beautiful, kind of like white, but slightly champagne glow. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I have to put a little bit in my inner corner as well. And that's pretty much it for my everyday natural glowy makeup. This is super easy, beginner friendly. It takes me about 15 minutes and I'm out the door. I feel so confident in this makeup look. Let me know if you want to see more kind of like natural everyday makeup tutorials. I actually like giving you guys quick makeup tutorials. If you guys like that sort of thing, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. In my last video, I did a bit more of a glam makeup look. It was this beautiful bronze, kind of like Victoria's Secret makeup look. I'll put it on the screen if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.